Good evening, everyone. This is Nutan here, and I'm a life coach. For people who don't know me, I'm a life coach, and I've worked on hundreds of people in terms of life coaching and transforming their lives. I've helped them grow their business. I've helped businessmen at the stage of bankruptcy to really relaunch themselves. I've helped them make money. I've helped them not only build wealth, but sustain wealth too. I've helped housewives to launch their career. I've helped them restart their career. I have helped them transit into something very new. I've helped single women, rather divorcees also, who didn't believe in themselves to actually search the right life partner and lead a happy married life. I have also helped couples to reignite their passion, their intimacy, their joy, and live a happy, great married life. So this is about me as a life coach. Hi Vidya, great to have you here. So dear friends, all this that I could start doing started 19 years back. 19 years back of my spiritual journey, where I actually started discovering myself, started following a philosophy of life, and then started encouraging people. Hi Aishwarya, great to have you here. Hi Janvi. And in this while, after spiritually coaching people, the quest for doing more for people increased, and you know what, finally I became a life coach. Hi Varun. And this has happened 7 years back. So I've really helped thousands of people to transform their lives. Now in all these years, this 7 years where I was coaching, hi Anuja, when I was coaching different people, there was one thing which I realized, the biggest insight that I had is that I do want to lead people to happy, successful, fulfilling life. And for that to happen, you have to keep evolving, transforming, changing yourself as a person. If you're not on that journey of evolution, of transformation, then somewhere you will stop. Now, all of you will say that yes, if you want such great results in life, you have to change. What a big deal. All of you know that. Hi Pranav. Right? This is the answer that all of you will be going through. Big deal. Everyone says that if you want to have results, you have to change something. But here there is a small little twist. And you know what is that twist? I'll tell you the twist. So we all change when things externally demand a change in us. And then we return to our normal life. So we forget that change and you become normal. For example, I'll give you one beautiful example. So every day when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see yourself and you're not happy with what you look, each day you're wanting to cut down at least 8-10 kgs. Now you every day want to do that, but most of the people will never do that. You know why? They'll want to curse someone, they want to blame someone, they want to blame the incident, they want to blame their life, they want to curse themselves that they're lazy, they're not being able to do that. And then all of a sudden, hi Shitija, you get an invite from your younger sibling or from a best friend. And there comes a news that there is a marriage happening. So your best friend is getting married and she wants you to be a part of that entire process. Of course, now you're going to be in front of the camera all the time with her in all the occasions, functions. And now you don't want to carry this body. You want to fit into those beautiful old clothes which you had. And this is the opportunity to really use them. So what do? You go, hire help, and in 6 months, by the time the wedding is going to be there, you'll cut down on these 10 kgs. Now with these 10 kgs loss, you're fitting into those beautiful outfits, you go, you enjoy the wedding, you have a gala of time, you click so many photos which you would have not clicked in the past 10 years in these 5 days. And then you post that all over Facebook and wherever it is possible, on your WhatsApp, on the friends' WhatsApp. You're distributing, you're receiving so many compliments. Oh God, wow, you're looking so beautiful, you're looking thin, you're looking amazing in this outfit. And you're so happy and excited. That's fun, right? And then what happens? Now, you come back after the wedding, you come back to your normal life, everything is going routine as the way you are wanting with the same busyness of life. You're running around, managing everything. Hi Rahul. And while you're doing all of that, you get into your usual routine pattern. Fast forward 12 months. You're again 9 kgs heavy. Now, any one of you who can relate to this, or know someone who's gone through this process. So you made a change, you enjoyed that change, but after that, when you got into your routine life, you couldn't sustain that change, right? Same way, generally, 70% of people who take this, like this which I said, that when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're not happy. 70% people really don't do anything about it. So even the wedding, there's a kya kare yaar, chahata tha, lekin ho nahi paya. But 25% really make this happen. But only 5% sustain it. Same thing is for a mid-age man. Now he's going through this great journey in his career. And then comes a time when the career starts stagnating. He starts losing his respect in the job, or he might lose his job itself. And that is where all of a sudden, that passion of becoming an entrepreneur and starting something new in life, something which you've been dreaming for a long time but couldn't do, he takes that step. So he gets into his business. He started something which he thought he wanted to do since a long time. That idea started, the business has started working. Period 6 to 18 months. Now in this 6 to 18 months, many a times you go through tough times. The results which you thought would come in that time frame have not come. The feeling of failing, insecurity starts seeping in. And you know what? Most of them after 12 to 18 months actually go back to their corporate jobs with a lower salary and a lower self-esteem. So they tried, but they couldn't sustain it. Then another example of what do I talk about? Couples. So couples not really having a great healthy married life. They have children. Now every day, every single moment, they are fighting like cats and dogs. They are not wanting to be there, and they decide to separate. They go their ways, and then they realize that it's affecting their child's life. So what do? They seek help. They go to those sessions. They come back together. Maybe the separation could be of 3 months, 6 months. In today's terminology, it is called like a breakup, a small breakup, and then they come back again. When they come back again, few days are really beautiful because they remember those lessons. They are remembering all what was discussed in the sessions, and they are living a great, happy family married life. 6 months down the line, all the lessons are out of the window, and they are again blaming and cursing each other. They stay together, saying that they are doing it for their child. But you know what? When the child continuously watches them, seeing them unhappy, cursing them, and most of the times even telling the child, you know what? Tere wajah se main shaadi mein hu, just for you to have a great life. I didn't want you to feel insecure. I wanted you to have your dad, or I wanted you to have your mom. And the child, in the bargain, either gets depressed, low, or he becomes violent. And you know what? He stops believing in the most beautiful institution of this world, that's marriage. He doesn't believe in relationships. And you see most of them really having a tough time in their relationships. This is what happens. So change, you made that change, but you couldn't sustain that change. So that is why this quest of mine, which was, growing stronger day by day, that what is the difference between these, there is a huge difference between these 70% and the 30%. 75% rather don't try at all. But these 25% people who actually try, by only 5% can sustain that change. What is that really helps them do that? So this study or this quest or this thirst of mine on what is that makes it happen is what this entire series is about. This series is about transformation. What is transformation? It is about, finding out that if an external event triggers you, you break your comfort zone and you make a permanent change. You make a permanent change in your identity. You're a different person altogether. This transformation, either related to your work life, your personal life, your spiritual life, your health, but that stays permanent. So once I've decided I've lost my weight, I enjoy my life, I'm going to be there all my life. I'll never go back to what I was. Or I took my lessons, I came back in the marriage, and then all my life I led a happy married life. This is transformation. Hi Amay, hi Mayur. It's great to have all of you here. So this is what is transformation. Now this series of transformation is not a series or a story of millionaires and billionaires. No. You know what? Why I don't want that? Because many a times when you look at these huge success stories, the Bill Gates, the Mark Zuckerberg, or who's this Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos, you look at them, you are inspired, but you feel, they had something different in them, so I cannot reach there. So you get inspired for a moment, but you can't be there. That is why I thought that I will not start the series with some great, amazing, successful guys. I wanted a series of ordinary people who are going through their daily life, but they decide one day that they want to change. And that change is permanent. They transform themselves and they lead a happy married life. So do you want to listen to such stories? Because I believe that such stories of real life people inspire you. Stories of such real life people influence you. And most important, stories of such real life people actually make you believe that yes, you also can make it happen. So if you all are excited and you believe that this is going to help you, I really want to have some beautiful comments from you that you want to listen to the story, because today is the first episode of the first transformation story of a real ordinary individual today living a happy, successful, fulfilling life. So do you want to hear to the story? Are you excited? Do you want to know more about it? Then guys, come on, let me know. Let me see your comments. Let me really feel that enthusiasm to all those who are watching here that you want to listen to the story. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay. Right. So, am I saying yes? Anyone else who's excited? Anuja is saying absolutely. Hi Anuja, great to have you here, and I'm happy you want to listen to the story. Anyone else? Janvi is excited to hear. Yes, more. Aishwarya, yes, great. All ears, okay, fantastic. Some more excitement, some more love, hearts. I really want to see that happening. Hi Ankit, hi Nivedita, great to have you here. Pranav is saying a yes, awesome. Kshitija is saying yes, would love to hear these real life stories. Vidya, much needed for me at this point of time. All set, ma'am. Nivedita also wants to listen to such stories. Ankit, you want to listen to the story? Great. Varun, absolutely yes. So great. I'm so happy with this enthusiasm. Bobby is saying absolutely. So this enthusiasm is really making me more excited. So let me start with the first story of the series. Series episode number 1 of transformation from a person whom I know really well. Hi Ash, great to have you here. Hi Rahul, thank you for saying a yes. I'm excited to share this story. So I know this person for a very long time. As a child, she was very timid, shy, lazy, unnoticed in her family. In all her school life, no one knew she existed. So if she goes and tells she was in class so and so division, most of the people, if they look at her, will say, oh God, acha, you were there kya? We didn't notice you. That kind of person. Did not have a single friend till the 12th standard. Could never participate in any school events, neither sports, nor education competition, nor debates, because she never could believe in herself. An average child with average intelligence. Only one thing good in her was she was studious and sincere. So with the efforts of studying throughout the years, could manage to keep pushing herself. So cleared her 10th, cleared her 12th, went through a graduation with all the efforts in the entire year, managed to get a second class in her graduation. Missed her first class by just 2%. Now that 2% was such a huge gap that she couldn't get admission. Hi Abhishek. She couldn't get admission in the MBA college in her city. Now she wasn't in that situation where the parents could really afford to send her to a different city to study for MBA. So imagine just one, hi Samruddhi, one college, MBA college. She wants to get an admission there. She's really studied hard for 3 years, missed her first class, so she couldn't reach her MBA. So what does she do? That's where she felt there's some need in changing her life. So with faith in God and her strong prayers, she made the impossible possible. And she scored an admission in MBA after the batch starting after 2 months. There was a new stream which came up, which was called as computer science. This specialization was announced that year only, and since the batch was filled and everywhere people had taken admissions, anyone who came in would get an admission. But for her it was a big thing. You know why? Because she could go through and finish her MBA. So there started her effort of joining a new college with new people, and she has studied in a science background. She joined an MBA college which is all about commerce and management. She doesn't know anything about this subject, and she's 2 months late in the class. So imagine what would be happening to her. Insecurity, fear, misery. But she started taking efforts, making new friends, learning new things, and somehow she managed to pass her MBA. Hi Shivani, great to have you here. Now she passes her MBA. But like I said, not very confident person, never participated in debates, and like all of you who have cleared their MBA would know that group discussion, personal interview are all very important for people to get a job or placement. So when the placement time came, she couldn't do well in the group discussion. She couldn't really seem very confident in her personal interview, and she lost all the placement opportunities. Now imagine, she's finished her MBA, she doesn't have a job. She couldn't afford being jobless. So whatever job came her way, she applied through the newspapers. I don't know if people do it now, but in those times, newspaper ads of small little companies would put in and they would say required so and so. So she joined a two-wheeler dealership in a new city after MBA. Can you imagine? The first job in a two-wheeler dealership after her MBA. So she joined the job there. But there, somehow that fire of proving herself, because so many people were laughing at her, so many people were making fun of her, that fire in her made her take so much of efforts, go all the way out, that she created a name for herself. And you know what? At the end of 1 year, she secured a job in a MNC as a branch manager position. She comes back, she joins this company, she's a branch manager, but you know what? She's naive. She doesn't have experience. She cannot do very well because there's no one to teach her. And this is in a new small little city, so there is no one from the company who can come and teach her. She made her mistakes. She felt, she tried new things, didn't work, and at the end, proved as a failure once again. So in spite of getting that placement in a finance company, with no one to learn from, no one to mentor her, she again failed. Now with the zero experience, this failure, she not only failed in one, then the second, then the third job. She started her own business and failed in that too. Hi Dipti, great to have you here. So 3 job failures, 1 business failure. Imagine what would have happened to this person. Do you have any idea? Friends, let me know. If such a thing happens in your life, where will be your self-esteem? Where will be your confidence? What would you want to achieve in life with such huge setbacks in life? Hi Gurbaksh, great to have you here. I want to know from you. So very average child, didn't do well in her school, didn't do much great in her college life, failure in 3 jobs and 1 business. What is going to happen to such a person? Can I know from you? If you were in that place, what would have happened to you? Yes friends, I need to know your comments. I'm waiting. What would have happened to that person who would have gone through all this trauma in life? Hi Amrita. Would have been broken. Yes, Dipti, I agree. She would have been broken completely. Anyone else? What would have happened? Hi Shan, great to have you here. So after all these failures in life, in her job front, very low self-esteem and loads of self-doubt. Agreed. Aishwarya, broken. Yes. Anyone else? Anything new that you feel? What would have happened to such a person? And if it happened to you, what would have happened? Where would you be? Confidence in Patal Lok. Absolutely right. That is where, she would have gone. So, what happens to such a person? Would have felt very dejected. Yes, I agree. Now, yes, Janvi, devastated. That's what happens to people when they are going through such huge failures in life. But one thing in that person, I knew her very strongly. She had this never giving up attitude. Yes, Varun, I believe. Demotivated, low morale, not believing in self, given up and blame the fate. Yes, that's one fantastic thing that you can do. You can blame your fate. Then nothing is going to change in your life. But you know, she didn't give up. She started her journey of self-discovery. She joined an NGO and she started learning a new philosophy of life. She found a lifelong mentor. She started tapping into her own potential. And fast forward 10 years, she succeeded as a corporate employee in one of the top MNCs in the financial world. She started her portfolio management business, and one same business which had failed earlier, she started it once again with this new confidence. And you know what? This time the business grew so much that she won national and international recognitions. She was invited as a motivational speaker to encourage other people. Can you imagine? This person who couldn't participate in a debate, couldn't get placed after her MBA, is now being invited as a motivational speaker. And her biggest audience was 25,000 people one time listening to her, and the topic was empowerment of women. A lady who is not at all empowered has reached this stage after 10 years that she is talking on women empowerment. That's the transformation that she went through. Not only that, she was interviewed by one of the most leading magazines or business house in finance in India for her success story. Her passion and the struggles, the learnings of her life made her change her path from being a businesswoman to a coach who's now transforming so many lives. Interested in meeting her? Who is interested in meeting her? Come on, let me know so I can invite her on the stage. How many of you are interested in meeting this person who's made this huge transformation in her life? I'm waiting for you. Come on, guys. Let me see some answers. How many of you are excited to meet such a person? Kshitija is wanting to meet this person. Okay, who else? How many of you want to meet such an ordinary, low self-esteem, no confidence, zero intelligence or other average intelligence? Yes, absolutely. Yes, Dipti wants to meet her. And then today she is leading this kind of a life. Okay, so give me a moment. I'm going to invite this person right away. Hi, this is me, Nutan Dheeraj Badkar, who has traveled this beautiful journey of life, of transforming her life. Yes, Dipti, you know her. Yes, Aishwarya, hi. You know her. That's me. I, who traveled from being a person who was unknown, didn't exist in the family, in the society, in her college, today is impacting so many people's lives. And believe me, it's such an amazing journey of transformation. So dear friends, I'm the founder of ND Life Coaching and a partner in this firm. And that is the reason, thank you Anuja, thank you everyone for so much of love and affection. I'm really excited, and seeing all your excitement is giving me more enthusiasm. Thank you, Dipti. So this is really beautiful. This story of my life that I've transformed in every aspect of my life. I would like to narrate two more stories since all of you are, giving me so much of love. It's given me even more enthusiasm and passion to share two more beautiful stories of my life. So another one story of my life, another aspect of my life. One is of my relationship. So like you've just listened to this journey, I was quite a loser in the school and college life. Also for a few years of my work life. This naturally, like all of you said, had my confidence in Patal Lok, someone mentioned. Someone mentioned very low self-esteem, so that is who I was. And naturally, with such an unconfident person that I was, I wouldn't have attracted great people. So two failed relationships. One of my boyfriend, I found him in my MBA. So this guy actually fell for me. I didn't even realize. I was so naive and stupid that I didn't even know that he's fallen for me. People around me, I mean my batchmates and my seniors, told that he's a guy who's fallen for you. So go and talk to him and meet him and whatever, he's wanting to really be with you. By the time I could really realize and digest this fact, he had already dumped me and moved on. So imagine first experience of life of someone falling in love with you, and before you could actually live this relationship, he's already dumped you again. So you're already having a bad patch in your career, and here you have a guy who's dumped you. Now this, what happened in my relationship, the humiliation that I went through made me do one thing. You know what? Take a risk, take that job, whatever that came my way, and travel into a new city. But this risk that I took with myself of starting my life in a new city without the comfort zone and warmth of my family life changed me as a person. So that was the first impact I had after this great guy dumping me. Today, wherever he is, I thank him for what he did. The second one dumped me when I was working. So this great job that I had in this MNC, and I was working there as a branch manager. That is where I met him. We had a long relationship. It went on for a few years till came the time when he also said he's not interested and he wants to move on. Now this time it was a little difficult for me. I was really hurt because it was a long-term relationship, and all the girls here and all the guys also, you plan everything and blah blah blah, and Raja, Rani, Bache, everything had happened. So I felt very hurt and dejected. And that was a time that I had two choices. One, I would go low, depressed, sulk, cry, make my parents realize that I'm going through so much of pain, or change my life. So I took a call. I did a little self-talk. I felt, if this guy who's just not interested in me and my life, why should I ruin my life for him? Why not utilize the same life to really create some beautiful memories of my family? Why not do something for my parents who have worked so hard for me to really educate me till my MBA and make me financially independent? Why not really fulfill the dreams of my younger sister who loves me so truly? So I changed my complete focus. Instead of me, I made it my family. And believe me, then that beautiful phase of building a beautiful bungalow, buying the first car, the first bike for my sister, the first family vacation with travel, the first birthday celebration of my father in a hotel, load of firsts happened. And came a situation where I felt that I had fulfilled all the dreams of my sister, my parents. That is the time when I really moved on towards the self-discovery. So this decision of moving ahead and not looking back at that guy made me do one thing, really take care of my parents and my sister. And these are such beautiful memories. In fact, I could sail through this process of the tough time at my corporate life, so-called corporate because it wasn't great places that I was working with. But all the failures there, but all the happiness that I was gathering in my personal life made me sail through this journey. So that kept me going. Now obviously, I wasn't in relationship. My parents were worried about me. So natural processes, start registering yourself in the matrimonial sites. When I went through this matrimonial story, wasn't a very great journey for me. It was very painful, very humiliating. Because those times, this is a long time back, I will not mention the number of years because you'll guess my age. I don't want to do that. So this process was very humiliating, very painful. Because in those times, for people to digest that a girl is uploading her portfolio and she is initiating conversations with her would-be grooms was something that they couldn't digest. And for me also it was very painful because getting into that conversations and it's heading nowhere and you're getting rejected is not a great space anyone wants to be in. Tell me, all these girls who are attending this, who will enjoy this process where people are rejecting you one by one by one? How difficult is that process? Let me have some answers. I'm really waiting. Okay, how many of you who've gone through this matrimonial thing or their friends have gone through and they've realized that it's a very painful journey even today? Not that time. That time it was really difficult. But today when people don't accept you, they reject you, they are not happy with what they see, their expectations are so high, and you don't know that person, he doesn't know you, but they have the power to reject you. Yes, Anuja is saying, I feel you. Yes. So anyone who's gone through this process or is going through the process will realize it's not an easy place to be in. But you know what, dear friends? I always believed in one thing very strongly. I always believed that I will find a man, no matter how long will it take, I'll find a man who will adore me, who will accept me for who I am. Not for my looks, but for my heart. Because I knew I'm a wonderful person. And I found such a man. A man who truly adores me, who truly loves me, and I'm really leading an absolutely happy married life. Yes, Bobby's saying she hates the entire process of matrimonial and never believed in it. Nivedita is saying 21 rejections in one row. Janvi is saying yes, it is not a very, it's a painful journey. So yes, females who have gone through that would realize it's a very difficult phase. But you know, the fact that I believed in myself and I knew that one such person existed, who would have found? Don't tell that I'm getting carried away by Hindi movies. Sabke liye ek koi bana hai, but I really believed. I believed in God and I believed that if I'm doing the right job, I will find that companion, that soulmate. And I have found him. And I'm living such an amazing, happy, married life. Another point, turning point of my life. Okay, so this relationship story, has it inspired you? Has it made an impact in your life? Do you want such a married life? Do you want such a partner? Come on, I want some answers from all of you. How many of you females here who want such a married life, who want such a soulmate, and who wants to have, continue leading a happy married life? It's just not about finding a soulmate or a life partner and then fighting with each other, but having a wonderful, happy married life. It's been 10 years now, but I'm really enjoying my life, even today with the same person. So let me listen to all of you. Yes, guys and girls both. Even guys I know want a happy married life. So how many of you attending here would want to have a soulmate, a companion, and lead a happy married life? All of you, come on. Let me know your answers. Yes, Anuja is saying yes. Jamie is also wanting to have such a great married life. Who else? Guys, come on, don't be shy to answer. You also want such a life. You also want such a soulmate, a companion who truly believes in you, loves you, adores you. Okay, am I? So first guy having the courage to say he wants such a married life. Am I saying 100%? Anyone else? Who else? Guys there. Girls are really answering. The guys who want a soulmate. Believe me, today if you say yes to that soulmate, she's coming your way. And you're taking the path of a happy married life. So all the guys who are there, let me get your answers. Are you really interested? Rahul is saying yes. Fantastic. Who else? Shivangi is also wanting such a person. Great. Any other guys? Guys, today the heavens are listening to you. The universal power is listening to you. So say yes to such a beautiful soulmate, companion, and say yes to such a happy married life. Nivedita, got one. That's nice. Pranav, yes. Great. Pranav having the courage to accept that. Very nice. So dear friends, this was the second story of transformation of my life. That I, from the place of being rejected, humiliated, to finding a person. Ankur, thank you for saying a yes. I found a soulmate and I'm having an amazing time of my life with him. Another turning point of my life was when I lost my dad. It was a sudden death. He was actually a hale and hearty person, really going for his walks, living life, healthy. So I never thought anything is going to happen to him. I knew that, we can have some time later. Gurbaksh is also saying yes. Yes, Gurbaksh. Great. So, like I said I fulfilled those dreams and I set out on my path of my self-growth, self-discovery as a person, self-discovery on the spiritual front, and I started fulfilling my dreams. Now in this quest of this personal growth, somewhere I lost time that I could have spent with my parents. Because I moved into a new city, I was on this quest of really proving myself, wanted to have a great career, wanted to do something out of my life. All these achievements of, getting published in the magazine, reaching out to people, motivating females, encouraging so many people, enjoying all this national, international recognitions, all was going great. But all of a sudden when I lost my dad, it made me realize that life is just about the present moment. We don't know what is in store at the next juncture of life. So better live life as if it is the last day of your life. Today is the last day. If today is the last day, what would I be doing? And I do exactly that. Today, I give the best at my work. So there is no limited time hours that I have that I'm going to work only for so many hours, because I love what I do. So I give my best at work. At the same time, I have always time for my loved ones, my family and my friends. And those who are watching, as those who are my family and my friends, can vouch for this, that today I have time for all of them. I never miss any occasion to celebrate with them. I enjoy my life to the fullest with my family and my friends. I've started taking care of my health, and this has become a permanent shift in my life. It is just not, when I had that shock. So many people go through that when such a thing happens. Hi Akash, great to have you here. When you lose your loved one, you feel that shock, and then you start doing something, and 5-6 months down the line, you're again back into your career and your professional life. I didn't do that. I've permanently changed myself. Today, I value my relationships and I value my life. I value my health and I give my best in my work front. So I'm really living life to the fullest. Believe me, friends, if today I had to lose my life, I would have nothing to regret. Because I've given my all to my loved ones, to my family, to my friends, to my work, towards my mentor, towards my spiritual life, towards my husband. Everywhere I'm giving my best. And I'm just not missing anything. Everything I'm loving. So that was one transformation that I went through. That I realized that life is all about balance. And balance is not in terms of cutting off time. I'm saying enjoy everything. Every aspect of your life. Give your best to your health. I love doing my yoga. I love spending time with my family and friends. I love doing my work. I'm living a professional life which I love. I do that every single day, and the impact that I create, believe me, makes my life so fulfilling. I'm so passionate about what I do. I have a husband who loves me and adores me, and I love him too, completely. We spend 24 hours, 365 days together, and this has been going on for years, but the craving and the hunger for each other has increased every day. It's not gone down. Hi Subda. And at the same time, I'm having such amazing relationship with my sister, with my mom, with my friends. We have such a gala time. I remember my younger sister's wedding. I just shut my office for 20 days and informed my clients, and none of them had a problem. And I gave my best. Shopping, laughing, creating those moments, dance, everything I could do. It was such a fun, beautiful memory that I remember all my life. And all those who were a part of this will also vouch for this, that it was a beautiful function. So, I'm living my life fully. I'm living a happy, successful, married life, a great family life, everything. So, what is transformation, dear friends? Transformation is a process of permanent change. Permanent change. Once you've been there, you never want to go back. And these are the permanent changes that I've made. So from a shy, unconfident, lazy, unnoticed person to this confident, great speaker, great motivational speaker, coaching so many people, getting interviewed, talking on an audience of 25,000 people. This is who I've become. I've transformed myself as a person. And how does this transformation journey happen? This transformation journey happens, the very first thing that happens is, dear friends, when we go through something external, some result which you're not happy about, some trigger in the environment which hurts you deeply, and you want to take some new action. Now when you take that new action, you feel good for a certain time. But when you come into this daily rut of life, you forget that action. You would have done it for a few days. So that few days are days of transition. So like I told, that lady who's not happy with her looks, she has 6 months, she wants to transit into, 10 kgs less, fit into that outfit. That is transition. So she took efforts, she changed, but she changed for an external trigger, attending that wedding, fitting into that dress. She didn't make a permanent change of being healthy, of losing that weight permanently. That is transformation. So this Second step is transition. So first is action. When anything triggers to you externally, you take action. Then the journey is inwards. So like I made this journey. When that guy dumped me, I didn't dump myself. I still believed in me. And I went all out and I did everything for my family and I created beautiful, precious memories. Today when I look back, I miss my dad. But there's no moment of regret. I've done so much for him. Such beautiful memories we had together because they really give all the love and warmth and raised us as beautiful children. Raised us in a beautiful, loving, warming environment. I wanted to give that back to them. I wanted to give back to my mentor who's really made me believe in myself. Instigated the process of self-discovery. So I'm leading so many people to such happy life. Permanent change. When does that happen? When that internal shift happens. Permanent internal shift. You never want to go back there. That is transformation. So dear friends, all of you watching here, I'm sure you've gone through such deep painful moments of life. You have been through such triggers of life. You have been through such incidents of life. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe you're overweight. Maybe you're unhappy with your job. Maybe you're not in that financial stage where you wanted to be in. All that is bothering you. But is it motivating you enough to take action? Is it really hurting you inside that you want to make a permanent shift? Not just a transition, but a permanent shift in you as an identity, that you change as a person and transform yourself into that beautiful person that you want to be. So dear friends, transformation is not about what you want to achieve, but it happens when you change as a person. So who you become is what sustains it. And that is an internal journey. It's not an external journey. So I really request all of you to, after this session, sit back and think, what are those incidents? What are those triggers of your life which made you change for a moment? But then you again went back into the same person. And you're not you're not happy about it. You're of course unhappy. You look at that photo and you feel, oh, I wish I could be there. But you cannot make that change happen. Because you know why? It needs a hell lot of courage. So much of efforts, exertion, and one person in your life who can push you towards that change. If I didn't go through this journey of self-discovery, if I didn't reach out to people who knew better than me, if I didn't learn from them, if I didn't find a mentor, I wouldn't be here. So find someone. Self-discover yourself. The journey of this external world. So many people I've heard who want to take a world trip, who want to go to world tour, have vacations, 5 vacations, 6 vacations in a year. Believe me, the journey inward is much bigger and much deeper than the entire world. And it will change your life permanently. Permanently towards a happy life, towards a fulfilled life, towards a successful life. A life where people will adore and admire you. And tell me friends, all of you are attending here, who doesn't want such a life? A life where people are adoring you, they want to follow you, they take you as your role model. Tell me, how many of you want to be a role model for others? How many of you here who are with me want to be such a great sister, a great wife, maybe a great mother, maybe a great colleague, a great boss, a great leader? Hi Sonal. Please go through this session from the very beginning. Believe me, it will make an impact in your life. How many of you really want to be that one person whom people love and adore? Amay wants to be one. Who else? Who else wants to have such a life? But there are so many people truly loving you. Yes, Shivani, you also want that life. Awesome. Anyone else? Anuja, I do. Great. Who else? Who else? Come on. Ankur, you also want that. Chanvi wants that life. Anyone else? Akash wants to be a role model. Wow, awesome. Vidya wants to be one. Who else? Every one of you watching here. I believe that truly, that each and every person wants to live such a life. You may not be a hero for the whole world. Yes, Mayur, thank you for saying that. I'm glad that you've owned it. Sugdha, great, you also want to own that. Shefali, you also want that life. Kshitija wants to have that life. So dear friends, I don't think there is any person on this earth who doesn't want to be loved and adored by at least their loved ones, their family, their friends, There are people in their environment. Rahul saying yes, Varun also wants to influence and inspire people. So we all want to be such stories of life where people look up to you, they want to learn from you, they want to influence people. But dear friends, that journey is a difficult journey. It's a journey which is long. You cannot make changes happen just in one day and then everything is changed. That's just action. So remember, transformation is a process of permanent change. Change in your identity. This transformation of identity makes people adore you. You may be a millionaire, but not necessarily you will influence people. You may be a billionaire, but not necessarily people want to love you and be with you. But this transformation story where you've grown and evolved as a wonderful human being, you will have so many people around you who love you, who want to spend time with you, who want to learn from you, and who adore you. So guys, if you want to live such a life, then I really want you to be a part of this entire series. This 1 year, I'm going to have every week one such beautiful story which will help you pick up the small little nuggets. What you can do to change your life. How do you transform your life? Change to a stage where you're living a happy, fulfilling, completely satisfied, energetic, enthusiastic, what else can I say, rewarding, passionate, that when you get up in the morning, you're enthusiastic, you're happy. When you're going to the bed, you're feeling, oh, it's a waste of time. I really want to live more. Every moment of life is so exciting and enthusiastic. So dear friends, if you want to live such a life, then listen to these stories. Stories of ordinary people who have transformed themselves and are today happy with their life. Not only they are happy with their life, but everyone around them really adores them, loves them, and want to learn from them. So thank you very much for being a part of this first episode. I'll keep bringing such ordinary human beings who will inspire you, influence you. Please take notes. Please listen to these stories. Please apply it in your life and transform your life. That's my mission and my purpose, to start this journey. That in this entire year, if I reach out to thousands of people who can listen to these stories and change their life, make it more beautiful, then this world will become a better place. So dear friends, please listen, take down notes, write it down, share it with others, and invite others, all those friends of yours, your colleagues, wherever you feel they need inspiration, please ask them to listen to this story. They'll all be posted on my ND Life Coaching page. It is going to be an entire series. I'm not taking it away. Please go back to that, listen to it again and again, and live a life of your dreams. I have been a dreamer at the core of my life, and I've always been passionate about achieving my dreams. I think that was the core of me reaching here, to live my dream life. And that's what I do professionally today. I help people to dare to dream impossible. And at the same time, I help them to achieve that impossible dream. So you know what? I'm a dreamer, and I really want to see this world, that world of my dream, where I have all these happy, successful, excited people who are not only living such a great, amazing life, but they want to give, they want to share, they're caring for each other. Don't you think the world is going to be such a beautiful place, dear friends? So let us all contribute towards making this world the most beautiful place to stay, where we are not competing with each other. We are working towards creating happiness and joy for each other, where we are living that life where we are confident about ourselves, we are happy about ourselves, and we look at ourselves and feel great. Thank you very much. It was amazing having all of you here. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you very much. I'm happy that you were inspired. And I don't know, I'm just short of words. I was so excited about this. It's coming to an end, but it'll continue. The journey continues every Tuesday, 9 p.m. with such amazing stories, real life stories of ordinary people who are today living a great life. So till then, have a great time, a great evening. And dear friends, don't miss every Tuesday, 9 p.m. live sessions with ordinary people who have transformed their life. Thank you very much. It was great having you here. Thank you for all the enthusiasm and participation. It really drove me. I don't know how much time I've spoken, but I really enjoyed every bit of it. So thank you very much. Bye. Lots of love.